Two. We'll see if Corey Anderson uses that size advantage.
Here once again is Michael C. Williams.
Bellator MMA tonight in the co-main event resumes the quarterfinal round of the light heavyweight World Grand Prix. Set for five 5-minute rounds live on Showtime. We introduce the blue corner. At 5'11", weighing in 204.5 pounds. Making his Bellator debut tonight, he enters with 18 professional victories, 5 losses, 1 draw. Hailing from and proudly representing Turkmenistan, presenting Döwletjan Yagşymuradov. And across the cage, his adversary, fighting out of the red corner. At 6'3", weighing in 204.75 pounds, just off his successful debut inside the Bellator cage, he returns with 14 professional victories, 5 defeats, fighting out of Rockton, Illinois, Corey "Overtime" Anderson. In charge of the action, your referee, Mike Beltran.
Bring it in, gentlemen. All right, John, been over the rules already. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves now if you want. At the sound of the bell, come on up. Handle your business. Let's go.
Referee is Mike Beltran. The first of a possible 5 rounds in this Bellator MMA light heavyweight World Grand Prix quarter-final matchup.
All right, gentlemen. First round. Ready to fight. Ready to fight. Handle. Let's go.
Bell, round 1. They are sporting the Grand Prix gloves. It's Anderson with the red tape, Yagşymuradov with the blue tape. These tournaments create a high level of continual challenges as the winners advance through the brackets. These MMA fighters, John, embrace this type of competition and validation of their abilities. It's the type of tournament that will indeed change your life.
You're looking for those challenges and you're looking for those targets. And the one thing that...
lead right uppercut lands for Yagşymuradov.
The one thing the tournament does, it gives you that target from the beginning.
And Yagşymuradov targeted Anderson's face. Calf kick to the lead leg of Anderson. Anderson trying to return the favor. Minute gone in the first round. Again, the winner of this fight will meet Ryan Bader, who was with us tonight here at the Mohegan Sun Arena.
Nice touch by Corey Anderson, just working at getting the range. You get a guy like Yagşymuradov who moves so much in the fight, you have to be able to be nice and calm and just wait for those moments where that he comes into your range and you fire.
Anderson has split a pair of fights with UFC light heavyweight champion Jan Blachowicz, and now wanting to become a Bellator MMA champion for the first time, but needs to get past Yagşymuradov here in the quarterfinals. Winner will face Bader in the semifinals, and then of course in our main event tonight, Vadim Nemkov, newly minted as the 205-pound champion, defending the title for the first time against Phil Davis, looking to become the first ever Bellator MMA 2-time light heavyweight champion. That's a rematch. Anderson back to the center of the cage.
There's that right hand that Yagşymuradov will throw so often and so violently. That's what Corey has to be careful of. That's why Ryan Bader was talking. You got to move to your right because you want to be able to take some of the power off of that shot and make it have even more distance.
And Anderson running out of space, looking for that takedown, defended well by Yagşymuradov along the fence, midpoint of the first frame.
This, as far as a tactic for Corey Anderson, is really smart because Corey does have a huge gas tank. He is a cardio monster. He doesn't get tired in fights. So make Yagşymuradov carry your weight. Make him have to use his arms to pummel inside, to control you. All of that will pay dividends as this fight goes on, especially since it's 5 rounds. Nice knee to the inside by Corey.
Nice short right uppercut again as Yagşymuradov really wants to establish that right uppercut. These two made their professional MMA debuts a year apart. Yagşymuradov in March of 2012, Anderson in March of 2013, and on the exit, that right uppercut again by Yagşymuradov.
But it missed. The one thing, if you were looking at that clinch work against the cage, the head positioning of Corey Anderson was key in what he was doing.
We've talked about the head games that Anderson plays with himself, John, believing in himself more, and now, of course, a father for the second time, knowing the opportunity that awaits him here in this tournament. He has all the tools to win it. Every fighter in this tournament had the tools to win it coming in.
Absolutely. Nice counter strike by Corey. Döwletjan going after that big right hand again. He needs to set that thing up.
Under a minute remaining here in the opening round. Both of them going for the kick. High kick just missing for Anderson.
That right there is exactly what you want to see from Corey. Straight jab right down, followed by a straight right cross. Keep those shots clean, right down the middle. They're going to get there fast.
Final 30 seconds of a tactical start again. High stakes. Collecting that all-important data. You can pick up on any tells that you may have studied on tape. There's a spinning heel kick.
Knocked Corey. Did not land clean, but it definitely rattled him a little bit. You can see that Corey felt that.
And Yagşymuradov, man, really winding up with that right hand. All right, let's bring in our current heavyweight champion, but a man who awaits the winner of this fight in the semifinals. Ryan Bader, your thoughts on that round?
I thought Corey started to take control of that round. He's got to be careful getting those firefights with Yagşymuradov. He's explosive, but Corey is looking good. He's using his jab, and he's to stay on that outside a little bit, and he's doing good throwing those high kicks in with his punches.
Appreciate it, champ.
This is the kick by Yagşymuradov. He loves this spinning heel kick, and you notice Corey brings one arm up to block, and the kick gets by the arm. It actually lands, the leg lands on the neck. That's why you see Corey having that stumble. It had an effect on him. It was a clean shot by Yagşymuradov.
Yagşymuradov, a KO artist, 11 of his 18 wins have come due to his strikes.
All right, gentlemen, second round. Ready to fight? Ready to fight? Hell, let's go.
Well, round two scheduled for 5 in the light heavyweight World Grand Prix quarterfinals. And Yagşymuradov kicks off the second round with a kick to the lead leg of Anderson. Yagşymuradov definitely not taken aback by the magnitude of the moment, or the spotlight. Came in here very calm, cool, and collected, and has gone about his business, John.
Gone about his business. That was a very nice kick to the body. You see Yags sitting there tapping it like, oh, go ahead, hit it again. That just tells you, oh yeah, it landed and I felt it.
Anderson looking to secure the takedown. The unofficial scorecard belongs to Big John McCarthy. Gave the opening round to Anderson, who's looking for the takedown. Well defended by Yagşymuradov.
Very well defended. The reason for that 10-9 to Anderson is he landed the bigger shots during the round. Even though Yagşymuradov had that probably the biggest shot with that kick, it was the volume that Anderson was able to put on it. Again, look at the head position, Morrow. That is so important in this position against the cage. When you are using that head as a third arm and making your opponent have to move their head side to side, it weakens their ability to fight against you.
And I got to say, Anderson, when it comes to studying tape, man, this guy knows how to break it down. He says he studies his opponent's footage to the point where he knows what they're going to do, because they always give certain tells. We talked about that in the opening round, but just talking to him about fighting, he has a high fight IQ.
very high fight IQ. He's super smart about everything that's going on in the cage. He knows exactly where he wants to go with the fight. And he just has to go out and execute.
And our bantamweight champion, Juan Archuleta, he's enjoying the proceedings here tonight at Bellator 257. He is getting ready to defend his title against Sergio Pettis. That's coming up in the month of May as Bellator MMA maintaining an incredible pace here, and the pace beginning to pick up here between Anderson and Yagşymuradov.
Very nice movement, good head movement by Corey, nice feints.
Stiff jab by Anderson.
Yagşymuradov, when he's planting his feet, you notice he's staying kind of still, no head movement. That's giving Corey the ability to kind of tee off on it.
Lead right hand by Anderson. Oh.
Behind the line, he's behind the line, he can go.
I love how calm Yagşymuradov is. This is exactly the way he was. When I was refereeing, I mean, he was out there, it was almost like he was falling asleep at one point, and then he exploded. I'm like, man, this guy he's just relaxed in the cage.
Remember another guy. It always looked like he was just getting out of bed, and then boom.
Him and Gegard.
Yeah, getting down to business. Oh, what a right hand by Yagşymuradov. And his right hand, as Anderson changes levels. But again, Yagşymuradov able to defend the takedown with the underhook as Anderson wide base being employed by Yagşymuradov.
Digging that underhook. It's a nice job by Yagşymuradov to defend. Corey now switching to the single leg. He wants to run that pipe, turn him out. This is where these guys coming from places like Turkmenistan, Russia, they're so good in the wrestling game. They're very difficult to take down. Nice job by Corey Anderson to get the fight there.
Anderson telling us he's always prepared to take his opponent down because that's what he's good at, and it's been a struggle, but he did secure the takedown against Yagşymuradov. Final minute of the second in full mount. Ground and pound here, an opportunity for Anderson, as of course Yagşymuradov just keeping himself as close to Anderson's body as possible, trying to maybe force a stand-up.
Really nice job by Corey, taking his leg, bringing it up. What he's doing is he's extending those arms. Since Yags is trying to pull him close, he just needs to start opening up, frame that head against it. Big shots with the elbows out.
Nasty elbow attack from Corey Anderson with the ground and pound, and again, Yagşymuradov trying to close the distance as Anderson just focusing on delivering as many punishing strikes as possible in order to try to get this fight stopped here in the second round, but there's only 10 seconds left. Anderson with another nasty elbow.
Big shots. That's why you're seeing Yag starting to move right now.
And Yagşymuradov surviving that storm of strikes in the final moments of the second round.
Это тебе лучше, если дыши.
This was the kick to the body, right up against the ribs. Very nice placement by Corey Anderson there. You see him tapping it like, go ahead, hit it again. This was the takedown. Blocked the leg. You saw how that right leg blocked the left leg of Yags. That's why he was able to turn him out. And then when he got to the mount, some vicious elbows by Corey Anderson from the mount position. This is how you end a fight. And this is how you tell the judges, yeah, I'm trying to finish this fight. I'm trying to get him out of here.
Yagşymuradov was knocked out in September of 2015, his lone knockout loss, and was able to survive that offensive onslaught from full mount by Corey Anderson.
All right, gentlemen, third round. Ready to fight. Ready to fight. Let's go.
Bell goes to begin round three again. Corey Anderson with the red tape around his Grand Prix gloves, while Yagşymuradov making his first appearance in a Bellator MMA cage with the blue tape around his gloves, and Anderson bringing the fight to Yagşymuradov here in round three.
Corey really starting to open it up. Go back to those keys to victory when I said he needs to use the full arsenal of MMA tools that he has. That's what he's doing right now in the cage.
Anderson changes levels again, looking for the takedown. And again, Yagşymuradov, well, trying to make it difficult for him. Not as difficult that time around, John.
Beautiful job of sliding that leg out, hooking his leg behind it, and just pulling him down. This is what makes Corey Anderson so vicious when he gets people down. He has got great body positioning. He's able to trap the arm like he is right now.
Left hand in front of his face.
And as we've seen in his victory over Manhoef and what he did in that last round, his elbows are vicious.
Yes, able to stop Melvin Manhoef, the veteran striker with elbows and punches at Bellator 251. That stoppage came in the second round. Here he's trying to do the same thing to Yagşymuradov in the third round.
He's controlling that right arm of Yagşymuradov with that lace. He'd like to pull it back a little bit if he could, or drive Yags forward. Exactly what he just did. Now he's getting back to the mount position.
Keep that staple for you.
A lot of time on the clock.
Mount, ground and pound. Yagşymuradov trying to stave off this attack, now forced to give up his back. Anderson was riding Yagşymuradov, dropping those nasty elbows.
Corey just needs to be very smart, target his area, and hit it with power.
Anderson seeking his 7th knockout win, looking to deliver that patented ground and pound. Yagşymuradov being warned by the referee, and the fight has been stopped. Corey Anderson advances to the semifinals against Ryan Bader.
Some big damage done by Corey Anderson in that third round. That was a vicious ground and pound attack. That's what you want to see from a guy that wants to be the Bellator light heavyweight champion of the world.
And for the second straight time in Bellator, Corey Anderson pounds out of victory. Or should that be ground and pounds out of victory?
He did, starting with the takedown. Watch how Corey gets this takedown. Pulls the ankle out. Beautiful job. Slides in there and then steps over into a mount. Foot's kind of in a position, we'll call it a 3/4 mount, but he quickly moves it into a full mount. And from that point, he just opened up with a ground attack that Yagşymuradov was unable to defend against. He took a lot of big shots, punches and elbows. This was exactly the Corey Anderson that he talked about. This is what he said he wanted to do. He went out and performed just like he talked it.
And Yagşymuradov's 8-fight winning streak goes up in smoke as he couldn't handle the smoke provided by Corey Anderson. Anderson improves to 15-5 with his 7th knockout win. And the proud papa of 2, including his newborn daughter, records an impressive victory here to move on to the semifinals.
Ground and pound!
Ground and pound is right. And hey, are you craving more fight content on the go? Interviews, breakdowns, documentaries, and more? Well, Showtime Sports digital series has you covered.